Thank you for checking out AtomicAutoWorks.com. Today we're going to be buffing out a 1969 Chevelle. Let's get going and have some fun. Okay, so on this door there was actually, I don't know if we showed it in another video, but there was like some chipped up paint here. So we ended up airbrushing this and blending it. We went through and touched up a few spots there. The hard part about when you do stuff like this is now when the car's done, you're looking at it and it's a lot better than it was before. So any small imperfection shows up, stuff you would have never seen before. This car, the paint was pretty rough, but we did quite a bit of work buffing this thing out. I don't even know the hours. I think, I bet you the first stage of buffing was probably like 7 hours of buffing. Now I'm gonna go through, clean it, and then do 5 more stages of buffing. So I got probably another 4 hours, 5 hours minimum into this thing today. Okay, so now we're just gonna wash off all this compound because we don't want this anywhere in between stages. This compound here has a grit to it. So if you went to the wool pad and had some of this remaining on here, it would end up scratching. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through and just hit this thing with step 1 of our compounding. Okay, so now I'm just wiping it down with our inspection cleaner. We did our stage 1 with the foam pad. I like to clean the whole cars down in between each stage. See where we're at, if we miss anything. Okay, car's cleaned off. Now we're moving on to stage 2 with the wool pad. Okay, so that wraps up the 3rd stage of the foam pads. Now we're gonna move over, well, we're gonna wipe the whole car down, I'm gonna wash it down, then we're gonna go to our polishing steps. We're gonna do, I think, 2 of them on there, maybe 3. I might be losing my mind. I just wrapped it up and I went back and looked at the video and I don't know if it's like the heat, the stress or what, or interruptions. That was only the 2nd stage of the foam pad palette for buffing. So we're gonna do 1 more. We have stage 3 with the foam pads, and then we'll be moving to the orbital polisher. I brought you over here so you can see closer. This is the 3rd step with the compound, the blue compound from this setup. Now we can move on to the orbital. Okay, here we are with the orbital. Put a little bit too much on there. This stuff you really don't need a lot. With the orbital, I like to clean it up right after I get done with each section. I don't really do that with the compounds just because they have a way of making a big mess. These really don't, so each stage will get cleaner. Start nearing your end result. What's funny is I keep saying I gotta order the inspection spray because I'm out, and then I just realized I have a full gallon right here. Winning! Okay, now we have 1 more step for polishing. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna finish off just going around the whole car, make sure the it's cleaned off with the inspections tray. It's actually just sidetrack because there's a train driving by. Finish off the inspection spray, and then we'll clean it up one more time. So one thing I like about the inspection spray over regular water is it evaporates quicker and it cleans everything off a lot faster, and it doesn't leave everything really wet and damp. Now we're just going to go through and get every ounce of that last stage of polish we went on off here, so we're ready for the next stage. Okay, so the paint correction side of this is all set. We're going to clean her up. I tell you what, for a vehicle that came in that we said really needs a new paint job, to buff out and look as good as this car, it's pretty impressive. Because now it doesn't look like it has to be repainted. Looks like it has a decent paint job on it, actually. So in our area, the reason that stuff like this is good, even though to do a compound like this, really go through and do a paint correction and touch things up and buff them out, costs quite a bit of money. It doesn't even compare slightly to the fact that in our area currently, paint jobs alone, for just to paint an overall car and restoration, usually starts off at about $16,000 and goes up. I know it's different in different parts of the country and stuff, but in our area, that's pretty much where you start off if you want decent. Obviously, if you want a backyard job, you know, it is what it is, but to go to a reputable shop and have a paint job with no body work, that's what you're looking at. So now with this car, I am going to pull it next door into the upholstery shop, and we are going to put a headliner in it. As far as the headliner, I'm not going to do a video on this car just because we've done quite a few headliner videos for Chevelles.